My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 15, Roaring Sports Festival. What is going on, everyone? Fumincho here, back at it once again with another My Hero Academia review. Today we're talking about Episode 15. This is a good episode. I really like this episode. I had a couple of problems here or there, but all in all, I really like this episode. It starts off, the sports festival is finally here. This is the arc that everyone has been talking about. Everyone has been hyping this arc out. Everyone's been hyping Season 2 because this arc is in it. And that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to finally get started and finally, like, this is the main storyline of Season 2, so that's hype. And by the looks of it, yeah, it's definitely going to be a really interesting story plot for the rest of the series, because I don't know, my favorite part about this episode, my absolute favorite part, is just the character interaction, and I find that like my favorite part about every single episode of the series, but this episode especially was really, really well done. Seeing all of the different heroes interacting in the classroom, seeing all the different heroes interacting, you know, when Todoroki was talking to Deku about like how he's going to be number one, how he's going to be the shining, you know, student in this class. And then Deku's like, no, I have to be. This is my destiny. And I don't know. I like this kind of back and forth between Todoroki and Deku. I know there's respect there. I know Todoroki, he's not like Kachan, where he's going to be like, I am number one. No one is as good as me. He's not that kind of guy. He legit probably is the best in the class. Like, he actually probably is. So he's not as foolhardy as Kachan is. And speaking of Kachan, speaking of Bakugo, I think there was some good character development of him in this episode. I really liked when he stepped on stage. Miss Midnight, whoa, whoa, that surprised me and Mineta. But yeah, I think there's some good character development for Bakugo when he was stepping on stage, when he just proclaimed that I am going to be the best in this class. Keep your eyes on me, basically. That was interesting, and even Deku kind of makes note of that, and he's like, well, this isn't exactly like Kachan to be making these kind of decisions, these foolhardy decisions, because earlier in the episode, when he's in the class, he's just spouting off nonsense about how, like, he's going to be the best in the class and everything like that, and all the other students are just like, shut the hell up, man, like, what are you talking about? You have no idea what kind of quirks we have, what kind of abilities that we possess. And I don't know what's going on with Bakugo in this episode. I mean, he's definitely, he is confident for sure, but I definitely sense a bit of foolhardiness there. I definitely sense a bit of something's up. Something's up for sure. It's nice to see Deku finally confident again. He's a little more confident in this episode. My least favorite part about this episode, the part I didn't really like was, like, okay, so the episode started, it was a little bit of a recap of the last episode. We saw some of the monologue that All Might was giving to Deku, how he has to be the one that says, I'm here, everything's alright, that kind of guy. And it repeated that line like 5 times in this episode, which is a minor complaint. It is a very important line, but they literally repeat it like 5 times. And yeah, there's all the school stuff, there's banter in the classroom, it's really, really good. I really like some of the, as I mentioned, it is my favorite part, the character interactions. But my least favorite part was like a little training montage that lasted like a minute and a half, that was in between that whole school structured scene and then the UA Sports Festival. It just seemed a little weird. Like, they were just all training, like, I don't know, doing random things for like literally 2 minutes. I don't know, like 2 weeks just passed like that. I don't know how I felt about that. That was a little, I don't know, it just felt a little bit weird. I know they kind of had to do that, whatever, it's fine. But, like, I don't know, I feel like that could have been handled just a little bit better. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm making a big deal out of nothing, I'm not quite sure. It's just like, a little wonky there, a little wonky. But as soon as the episode really starts, as soon as we get into the sports festival, it turns into some of the best Hero Academia I've ever seen, for sure. Like, the animation in this episode alone is top notch, like, beautiful. When Todoroki is taking out those machines towards the end of this episode, oh my god, I'm just thinking of it again. Like, Todoroki is super, super powerful, and I cannot wait to see what he can really do. And this obstacle course that they're going through is really exciting as well. I like this sports festival so far. I like that it's not just like, you fight him, and you fight him, and you fight him, like a tournament. I like that there's different kinds of things that we have to do. I'm sure there is going to be like face-offs between, certain characters. But I'm glad that there's like, like this obstacle course. I'm sure there's going to be other things that are kind of like this that make a little more sense when you're talking about like being a superhero. Actually, like you don't just have to fight people, you have to like run and save people and you know, like that kind of stuff, and that makes sense to me. I'm glad they're kind of doing something a little bit different with this tournament style arc. And yeah, as I mentioned, when we enter the sports festival, it just really jumps into high gear. Something else that's really awesome about this episode is definitely the pacing. This episode felt super long in a good way. Like, I noticed when I watch Attack on Titan Season 2, or any of Attack on Titan for that matter, the episodes feel like they're maybe 15 minutes long. This felt like almost a full 30 minutes. Like, it felt really long, and that's good. I want my anime to feel long. I want it to feel like a really good story, a beginning, middle, and end type of thing. And I think this episode really succeeded on that front. I don't know what it was. I guess because maybe there was that little training montage. Maybe that was a good separator between these two parts of this episode, at the school and then at the sports festival. Maybe that was just a good little divider that kind of bridged the gap and added just that extra little benchmark of overall pacing to the episode. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like cracking on that for no reason. But I think the pacing in this episode was really well done. Let's talk about the sports festival. I need to talk about this. So it started. We see in the very beginning. We see I can't remember. Is it Miss Mountain? Is that her name? I can't 100% remember. Mount Lady. I think it's Mount Lady. I'm pretty sure. We see that she's buying some food. She's one of the scouts that's looking for a sidekick, I guess. We see that she's buying, or she's also security as well. I think one of the other heroes, maybe the tree-looking Groot guy. He was like, "Yo, we're here for security and scouting. You know, we're gonna be here anyway. We might as well look for like a sidekick or something like that," which I think is pretty interesting. And then we see Mount Lady. She's buying food and she's like, "Yeah, I'm all cute and adorable, so I don't need to pay for it." That kind of thing. And that was really, really funny. There was some really funny comedy bits in this episode. I think this is really starting to develop as a comedy, not only an action adventure. Like, it really is an outstanding comedy, especially Mineta. There were some great scenes with Mineta. I love it when Todoroki was just going for it. He was just running. He took out... Oh, no, this is in the beginning where he just froze the ground and he was just running. And then you saw Mineta taking off the little balls on his head and throwing them down, just bouncing on them across the pathway. I thought that was really funny. And then the machine, of course, just knocks him out. Is Mineta dead? I don't know. Where's Mineta? I don't know. I'm just joking. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. There was some great comedy in this episode. All in all, I really liked it. I'm excited to see what happens next. They're ending these episodes very well. This is something else I should mention. They're ending the episodes at a perfect point where I'm excited for the next episode. Like, we saw Todoroki. There's like this sense, like, this episode was definitely better than the first episode. I'm just going to go and say that right now. It was definitely better because it had action in it. It's the first episode we've seen action in quite some time. Todoroki using that ice quirk going forward. It looked beautiful. Pristine animation. Good job there on the animator's part for sure. And then that's kind of where the episode ends. It ends with a bang, and then we see Deku. I love kind of the juxtaposition they do when Deku first faced off against these machines in the first season, where he couldn't move. He mentions, like, I can't move. He was scared to death. And then we see now he's just like smiling. He has a smile on his face, and he puts his fist up and he's ready to go. He's like, come on, think, how am I going to take this down? He's prepared now. He's ready to fight, and I like this Deku so much more than Season 1 Deku, or early Season 1 Deku, I should say. More confident. I like that. I like that he has a smile on his face and he's ready to fight. So that was awesome. I cannot wait to see what happens next episode. I think the next episode is called All the Quirks We Have, or something like that. I think it's going to be kind of a showcase, like a little action showcase between all of the different characters going through this obstacle course. I don't know how long this obstacle course is. Is this like a globe-trotting thing? Like, I have no idea. Like, is it just like a little 100-meter dash? Like, I have no clue. I'm excited to find out. By the looks of it, it is pretty long, so that's pretty hype. All in all, I like this episode. I think I'd have to give it an 8 out of 8.5. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I liked it a bit more than the first episode. But I don't know, like that little training montage, I don't like it when there's just like something that just happens, like time just goes by super fast. Like, you might as well just have a little graphic that comes up that says 2 weeks later at that point. It just feels a little wonky to me. But all in all, that's just, again, that's a minor nitpick. This was a really good episode. I like the action that we saw. I love the character development between Bakugo, between Deku, between Todoroki. I love the interactions between all three of those heroes and all the other heroes. Ochako. I love some of the fan service that they're doing with Miss Midnight, which, you know, she looks pretty awesome, and of course Mount Lady as well. And I don't know. This series is exciting me. Every episode is exciting me for something else. So I'm going to give it an 8.5. I really enjoyed it. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of this episode of My Hero Academia. What do you think about the sports festival? What do you think about Bakugo? What is going on with Bakugo? What is this arrogance that he has? I don't remember him being this like arrogant and stupid. I don't know. Like I think there's something up there. There's definitely something up. So comment down below and give me your thoughts. Hit that like button if you enjoyed anything that I had to talk about today. I greatly appreciate it. It lets me know that I can keep doing these reviews. And also, please be sure to subscribe for, of course, my Hero Academia reviews. Needed to breathe. And, of course, my Attack on Titan Season 2 reviews, which are going to start up pretty soon now. And, yeah, thank you very much to everyone that is subscribed. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, very much for watching this video. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.